Still in Washington, we welcome Dan Raviz, co-author of Spies Against Armageddon, Inside Israel's Secret Wars. He's also in D.C. Dan, good to see you too. You, of course, have covered many elections in the U.S., many dramatic developments in this campaign. President Joe Biden eventually calling it quits. Of course, Kamala Harris hoping to make history as the first female U.S. president, and then Donald Trump, of course, surviving 2 assassination attempts. What a road to get here. Tell us more, your insights.
That's right. It's a dramatic setup to an election where, as Mike reported, we have no idea which of the candidates is going to win. It's apparently very close in those 7 decisive states, but I'm especially thinking about the fact that Joe Biden wanted to run for re-election until his awful performance in a debate in late June. So in late July, he stood aside, and Kamala Harris, as vice president, became the Democratic Party candidate. And frankly, she wasn't that well known across the country. So in general, Democrats, liberals, and the polls indicate women, especially because of the abortion issue, are favoring Kamala Harris. Donald Trump, well, he's the Donald Trump we know. He's saying everything possible negative about Kamala, the worst vice president ever, making promises to reduce inflation, make the economy more healthy. And so American voters face a decision. Someone they know, Donald Trump, but a lot of people don't like him, some do, and Kamala Harris, whom they don't know very well, but some of them consider her the savior to prevent Trump from becoming president again, Benita.
And of course, Republicans and Democrats scrambling to get supporters to the polls. And as you say, the electorate is still so divided, both nationally and, of course, in those battleground states. It's down to the wire. So what happens in the coming hours?
Well, there is campaigning by both candidates. Both Trump and Harris are on the road. Harris is focusing on Pennsylvania. A lot of electoral votes are there. Keep in mind that in every state, whoever gets the most votes gets all the electoral votes of that state. So up north, we have Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. To the south, we have Georgia and North Carolina. In the southwest, we have Nevada and Arizona. So that's where the focus is. So what if Donald Trump were to win each of those states by 1 vote or 100 votes? It would look like a landslide for Trump. Or Harris could score that. That's another reason that the vote count will be so careful, we may not know the result for days, again, as Mike indicated.
And of course, when it comes specifically to U.S. policy on the Middle East, and it seems some of the messaging has varied depending on the crowd or the state, and many Israelis watching are concerned about the future security relationship between Washington and Jerusalem down the line. Paint a picture for us.
Right. I can understand why a lot of Israelis, including U.S. citizens who have mailed in their ballots, took part in the vote, apparently overwhelmingly for Trump, because that's someone they know who appeared to be pro-Israel, right? Moving the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, and arranging the Abraham Accords, in which Arab countries of the Gulf and Morocco recognized Israel. So Israelis like that. There are a lot of skeptics who say, we don't know what Trump would be like in another term. He's very unreliable and unpredictable. Kamala Harris intends to be the usual kind of Democrat, but she's been critical of how Israel has conducted the Gaza war. So, as you reported, Benita, she's indicated that she wants that war to end. She will work on that. She's saying that largely to Arab American voters in the state of Michigan, but to Jewish voters in states like Pennsylvania, she's underlining that, like Joe Biden, she'll still be a friend of Israel.
And Dan, of course, hopefully a smooth process throughout, whatever the result. But there could be legal challenges, claims of irregularities, protests. Your sense?
Yeah, there's sure to be. Members of both parties say that they've hired thousands of lawyers in all of the 50 states ready for various challenges. And the general feeling is that if Donald Trump is declared the loser in any particular state, his lawyers are certain to claim, just as he did after the 2020 election, that there was something fishy going on, something illegitimate. So even if we have a winner declared in a few days by the news media, supporters of Trump may not accept it if he loses. Democrats also are ready to complain about any irregularities. And in a country that is so divided, and that's the way the United States is right now, I'm sad to say that even election results may not achieve a consensus of agreement.
Well, we certainly will be watching. The whole world is watching. For now, thank you so much. As always, appreciate your insights. Dan Raviv, live from Washington. Be well.